Tippy time, my damies, Top Cat here and welcome back to the channel. For our first Titan build of Season of the Deep, we've gone Arc, and with our shoulder charge getting the nerf, I wanted to find a formidable ability spam simulator, and we got it. This build is all about punch shoot, which is the Titan's ethos after all. And with an update to our exotic and the knockout aspect, this build has gone from trash to treasure. Make sure to thumb it if you liked it. I'll make sure to leave a dim in the description below. With that said, we begin with the melee, the Thunderclap. We hold and release to use. Upon its release, it unleashes a devastating cone-shaped blast in front of you. This deals damage that increases the longer you charge it. This melee stands above all others this season for area of effect, as with the exotic and artifact we can double and sometimes triple its field of attack. And even when running under light, we can deal decent damage against higher health targets. And once you get the wind up timings down, this melee is tons of fun. Our exotic is the updated point contact cannon brace. Its armor perk is Hammer of the Gods. Defeating targets with your Thunderclap melee restores melee energy. This is based on the number of kills we get, and given enough foes we can get our melee charge back instantly. The higher the tier of enemy, the more energy we're going to get back, but generally if you get 3 or more targets, you will be spam ready. Targets near you when you use your Thunderclap suffer lightning strikes. This adds an extra sizzle to the punch, but also adds a little safety net to those foes who try and swamp you mid-charge. Being amplified makes that melee sizzle crackle, but it's the addition of Jolt to the melee that allows us to not only mess up overloads now, but makes this already massive melee trigger back on itself to truly feel like an attack Thor himself would be proud of. This combined with the changes to knockout make a mighty melee salad. By critically wounding a target or breaking their shields will infuse your melee attacks with arc energy. This increases both your melee range and more importantly its damage. This has been buffed. It used to deal 60% more damage, it now deals 100. This feels noticeable. I love it, and I think Bungie balances perfectly to make you stronger, but not too much they have to later walk it back. This aspect goes a long way for our survivability, as defeating targets with our melee attacks starts health regeneration and makes you amplified. Spark of Feedback, taking melee damage briefly increases your outgoing melee damage. This comes in handy during charging phase and actually works best on this melee above all others. Spark of Resistance, this does exactly that, it resists. While surrounded by combatants, you are more resistant to incoming damage. This is vital as you don't always have the option of placing yourself safely when doing this melee. So if you're gonna face a target, you're gonna have to be prepared to tank a little bit of damage. I've also been using Spark of Instinct. Whilst critically wounded, taking damage emits a jolt, aka Feedback Fence the Fragment, just better. Spark of Ions, when defeating a jolted target you create an ionic trace to feed you ability energy. Pulse Grenade, the best grenade. Thanks to the Touch of Thunder aspect, our Pulse Grenade will create ionic traces. It periodically damages targets and increases its damage over time. And these traces can feed you that vital energy when you need it. Now, any great melee build isn't complete in my opinion without a great shotgun. Mine is the Wastelander M5. It may be a lightweight, but as my Titan has never done a leg day in its life, the additional movement speed and handling is awesome. Plus being a kinetic is still got a little growl. Enhanced Pugilist can feed us chunks of melee energy, and 1-2 punch is still good, made better with the buffs we've received to knockouts. But dealer's choice, just pick your favourite. We're going to take a quick look at our artifact before moving on to our mods. Electric Armor for 20 seconds of amplified. Thunderous Retort for bonus super damage whilst we are amplified. Amped Up, gain damage resistance whilst amplified. Shock and Awe, whilst amped, arc final blows can jolt targets. Lightning Strikes twice gives us some good grenade energy. Our Siphon mods got space with 2 of them, 1 heavy ammo finder. Heavy-handed feeds us tons of orbs on melee kills. Even at 15 under, it'll still be pumping you out tons of orbs. This feeds our melee kickstart. I'm double stacking this. Paired with the PCCBs, this makes for easily repeatable melees. This will feed our melee kickstart. I'm double stacking this. On our chest we use whatever dampeners set activities call for. Stacks on stacks gives us 2 for the price of 1 on our armor charges. Invigoration for melee cooldown each time we pick up an orb. Recuperation gives us chunks of health on our orb pickups. Reaper gives us orbs on weapon kills post-class ability. And double stacked outreach reduces our melee cooldown when we're using our class ability. I'm using Thruster, it's great to move tactically mid-onslaught. And who wants a shield whilst you're moving forwards? I know for you Arc Titans out there it's going to be hard to put down the Falling Star. I'll still be using it for raid bosses, but for everything else, the point contact cannon braces have gone from meme to dream. Not only having gained in strength, but joy. There is a dim in the description below, thumb it if you liked it, sub if you care to, and as always, tippy tie my damies, what a tie.